Like, is it me? Am I doing something wrong? It very well could be. Hi everyone. I really hope this ends up being a vlogmas vlog. There is a very real chance it won't be, because I am starting this much later than intended. Basically, I have been crocheting for a couple years now. I've never made like a sweater or something I can wear. I've only ever made like plushies or the wooble kits or just something small like that. I've shown the little dog blankets that I've made, but that's about it. And so for this holiday season, I wanted to attempt to crochet myself a holiday sweater. Keyword attempt. Because I looked at so many different sweater patterns, so many different ideas have come and gone, and it isn't until today that I finally landed on one that I want to do. Now, I planned on starting this November 1st, so I had 2-ish months to complete this sweater. Plenty of time, right? It is November 26th. When I am filming this, I have been going back and forth for so long, but I have finally found one that I cannot get out of my head and will be my sweater. I will leave a link to the video that showed this down below. This is not a tutorial. This is me just attempting something, but it is one of the hexagon cardigans with a wrap design. And so it's a little bit different than the normal hexagon cardigan. Should I just attempt a normal hexagon cardigan? Maybe. But I'm me. And so nothing can be simple. Speaking of the fact that I will be using 3 different yarns instead of going to find like a single yarn that has multiple colors that are like Christmas colors, I want to use different, oh god. Basically, what I need to start is making a hexagon, a giant one, as the base. If you don't know what the crochet hexagon cardigan is, it's basically a giant granny square in the shape, instead of a square, it's in the shape of a hexagon, and when you fold it in half, it looks perfectly like a sleeve and down your body. Obviously you have to sew it together, but yeah, it works out to be like the perfect shape. And so if you make 2 hexagons and you sew them together, it makes a cardigan. This was definitely on my radar in the beginning when I was first picking designs, but I don't know, it just didn't hit. But when I saw this one, I am so sorry, I cannot remember the creator's name right now. But when I saw hers, I was in love. So it starts with the basic hexagon cardigan pattern, but she makes it cropped, which means that the sleeves are too short, so she makes them longer and shows how you can make them like a bubble sleeve where the cuff at the wrist is tight, but the actual like this that I have on, where you can see it's like gathered and then it's bigger in the arm, but the cuff itself is a lot tighter around your wrist. And then of course the trim around like the bottom of it actually has a wrap style design, so it looks more like a wrap top, and I love a good wrap top. I have picked it and we are going to attempt. Now I plan, let me show off the yarn. So these 2 are just some loops and thread yarn. I actually picked these to make a different cardigan earlier this year that I never ended up making. No, I don't see a color, but I have this like dark forest green and then this brighter red. They're both, I think I said this, but they're both loops and threads, acrylic yarn. I know acrylic for clothing isn't the best, but it's what I have, and it's a Christmas sweater. This one, this is a big twist twinkle yarn. It's white with little blue sparklies. You can kind of see it throughout the yarn. This is where, one, I might not have enough time to finish this because I have no clue how long this is going to take me. But 2, I have no clue if I have enough yarn, which will be doubly sad because big twist, was the, if you don't know, the brand of yarn from Joann Fabrics that no longer exists. I do think you can order it online, but I also have a feeling that if I order it online and have it sent to me, I will not finish the sweater in time for Christmas. My hope is that this is, if not the final one of the last vlogs of Vlogmas. If it is not, this will most likely be my first video in January called the failed Vlogmas video. So whenever you're seeing this, I guess you'll already know how it turned out. I don't know. I'm going to start. This is my little crochet kit. It's little cats. Is this the right size? Oh, please be. No. I need a 5mm hook. I was going to use this one. It's from a Woobles kit I made last year. Has candy canes all over it to be festive, but I need a 5mm. See the difference. I need this one. This is too small, unfortunately. My plan is I'm gonna make the base hexagon. I've made granny squares before, so I feel pretty confident with that. So I'm gonna make the base one. I'm gonna see how big it is with this yarn, and depending on how big the stitches end up, I'm either gonna do 1 or 2 with a single color and then switch. So I'm gonna start with white. I need to start with a magic circle, which I'm not very good at, but who is? Alrighty. I have my circle. So now I want to double crochet 3 times in the circle, chain 2, and then do another 3, and I want to do that 6 times total. I have one crochet video on this channel where I just sort of sat and crocheted, but I haven't made one since. I don't know why. I truly don't have an answer. I just never have. We're gonna see how this one turns out. I did not leave enough room in the magic circle to do this. This is why I said I'm not very good at the magic circle. I'm gonna make an ridiculously long tail then. I keep single crocheting on accident. It's because my last project I attempted to do. Has anybody else, if you crochet, please let me know. If you crochet, but if you do the crochet kits, please let me know. When you get the kits, do they have enough yarn for you? Because the last few kits I've gotten, there hasn't been enough yarn. Like, is it me? Am I doing something wrong? It very well could be. I am still very much beginner, so I could be doing something completely wrong. But I don't know. Please let me know. Okay. Let's see if I did this right. Pull the end. Yes. You can, it's a little lumpy, but it did it. I have my hexagon, so I'm just gonna slip. Okay. This is the stitches. Do I want to change, or do I want to do 2? Let's see what 2 looks like. I can always take it out. I need my yarn. Are you a outside in yarn person, or are you a pull from within yarn person? I'm always an outside in because I like watching it get smaller, but I can recognize that it gets a little messy. Okay, before I get too far, I just remembered when I do these, I like to keep a mark in what's the first corner, because I have definitely had the times where I completely miss a corner. And so instead of being a nice square, it starts to round. We don't want that. And so I put a little stitch marker in the corner so that doesn't happen. I'm sorry I'm not talking a heck of a lot when I normally crochet. It's usually just me in my bed watching a movie or something. So I'm not usually used to talking. Okay, so that's all the corners. So then I go into the next, or what would be the next corner. I slip stitch, and I'm going to fasten, well, before I fasten off, let's take a look. So this is the hexagon now. It kind of looks like a snowflake. Okay, I definitely want to keep, I'm actually really glad I started with the white, because it looks like a little snowflake. Although the snowflake's going to be like in my armpit, so I'm the only one who's going to know that it's there. But I still think it's cute. We're going to stick with 2. So now I take the working yarn and cut it, pull this through. I'm gonna have a lot of ends to weave in, but that is a sacrifice I am willing to make. So that's the white. I think I'm gonna go with red next. I unsnatched its waist. So now I'm gonna make a slip knot, and we're gonna go in and connect it onto our hexagon. So now, instead of going to the corner, we have a section in between that we gotta go to. I'm gonna see if this is gonna work the way that I think it's going to, because I do know how to like weave in ends as you go, but I don't know if that works on a granny square. So we are gonna find out together. So on the middle one, you only do the first 3, or yeah, you only do 3 in the ones that aren't the corner. You do the 3, then double crochet, you do the 3, then the chain 2, and then the other 3 only in the corner to continue the corner. The middle parts, you don't have to do that. Did that do what I wanted it to? It did, sorta. Not as much as I would have liked. Let me make a big tail so I can show you. Okay, so this is what would be the back. You see this one string that's kind of following it? That's what you typically do to weave in ends as you go. I didn't know if it was going to work because this isn't like other projects I've done where it's you put a stitch in the same stitch. These are you're putting stitches in the holes, so it's different. It's not going to work the way that it technically sort of worked in the sense that it followed along like it was supposed to, but visually it's not going to work. And I don't trust having such a long tail like that and it not getting like snagged and like pulling things out. Ooh, I moved you. Okay, let's keep going. I am happy though that this project will be taking place during this time, because during Christmas I usually like to watch a Christmas movie like after work and stuff to like wind down at the end of the day. And so it'll be nice because I can watch said movie and crochet, because they're also all Christmas movies I've seen, so it's not like I need to give it 100% attention, which I have been trying to do more this year. Is when I watch something brand new, is to not just have it going in the background while I'm focusing on something else and have it more there for like a podcast vibe. Like, no, I actually am going to sit and watch it. And I was quite successful, so I am quite proud of myself for that. Working on that whole attention span stuff. That's another reason I really have been into crochet, is the fact that it gives me an excuse to not be on my phone. Even though sometimes I will have a video playing on my phone, I'm not like doom scrolling on TikTok or something. You know, I'm actually paying attention to something else and making something. Being creative. Tapping creatively. Anytime I say creative, I think of Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared. This red yarn doesn't help with that. Use my hand to express myself. Now it's stuck in my head. Ugh. I have not watched Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared for a couple of years. Why is that still drilled into my brain? It's probably on purpose. So that's the next one. You can see what I mean by it kind of looked like a snowflake. Isn't it cute? Hold on. Yeah. For some reason I thought my corners were wrong, but I know I said I was gonna do 2, but I don't know. I do kind of like, I have to start again. In my want to go on, I completely and entirely forgot to put any stitches in the first corner. Oh boy. Okay, start again. Actually, while I'm here, you didn't see anything. Okay, let me just get the first one. I'm just sewing off the end of the white one. I just realized I completely forgot to say what I was doing. I want it on the other side of the stitch marker, like that. Let me get my scissors again. Now if I pull, it stays. I'm also going to do the same with the yarn. No, I'm not. I'm going to wait for that one for the end. I was going to weave in the middle yarn, but I think that one would be better saved for the end. Okay, so now that everything is correct, I need to do the actual stitches that are needed to make a corner. And now I can go on. Oh, I feel silly. Thankfully with crochet, having to go back and fix things isn't too difficult. It's a bit heartbreaking, but not difficult. There's at least that. I'm also now just realizing that there is a much easier way to switch colors that I did not do, that I once again feel silly about. I'll show you when we get to the end of this and we switch to green, because I do think I'm just gonna, I know I did double for the center, but I think I want to stick to a different color per round because I kind of like the looks of that. Ah, Finn, you tooted. Tootie boy. Finn is here. He is napping on his spot on my bed. Tooting up storm. Not tight enough. Need tight loops. Otherwise it all just falls apart. Why did I just say that with an accent? It's not even that late. What is going on? So we made it back around again. Now you can see, I think it's more obvious what my mistake was before. I just realized I forgot to take the stitch marker out for the red one. Although, I don't know if I'm going to need it for this project if I keep switching colors every time. So, speaking of, let me show you the easier way that I remembered at the last minute. So let me get the green. What we're going to do, we need the end. We are going to put it on the hook. Just drape it over, give it a little tail. We're going to put the hook in, and now we're going to crochet like normal, but now we switch to green. But I don't like how that looks. I have a better idea. Okay, let me slip stitch in here, be more like a but instead of fully fastening it off, I then go in with the green. Let's do 3 and see how that looks. That looks a lot better. So now we've switched colors. Yeah, that's way better. Okay, and now I'm gonna give the red a little tail, mainly snatch it off, and now we can go in with the green. Yeah, now that it is bigger, instead of having 1, there are now 2 middles, and it's gonna keep gradually adding 1 the more times we go around. So much yarn, so much. Yeah, I really hope I finish this cardigan in time to show all of you and actually have it on Christmas. If not, I do have the Woobles advent calendar for this year, so I will be doing that. So if nothing else, you will get a crochet video for Vlogmas. I just really hope you get both. If not, then I hope you had a good New Year. I'm really worried about the white yarn the most. I'm hoping that Michael's has something at least similar to it that I can use if I run out, but I actually have to get my butt to Michael's to figure that out. So I swear I can count, but every time I crochet it gets put into question. I can count to 3. I've been doing it for quite some time now, but can I? It's the age-old question. More. Must over more. Too much. Start again. I got lost. Don't ask me how I got lost sitting on my own bed in my own house in my own bedroom. But I did. We found our way out. I realize now that the angle of the camera is not nearly as good as it was before, so I apologize for that. Nope. How did I... Don't touch it. It's better. I like it. Don't touch it. I just realized I've just been silent. I've entered a flow state with this. And there we go. Those are the first 3 colors. It looks really scrunched up, but I promise it is even when I lay it out. It doesn't look super even. But yeah, that is the start. It has taken me an hour to do 4 things. But I want to measure now. So it's from the middle to one of the corners is 3 inches. I measured it, and I want the body of it, because I want it to be a little bit more cropped, to be about 18 inches. 18 doesn't go into 4 evenly. It'll be 4. So 1 row is a little under an inch. So I think I'm gonna need 19 or 20. I'm already on 4. I don't know how much longer this is gonna take. I'm not gonna film every time I work on it. I'm just gonna pop in with little updates. So yeah, this is the start. I wanted us to do the first 3 colors together, but now that I have it kind of worked out how I want to do it, I'm just gonna go and I will check in when I have an update. Hello everyone, it is now, what's today? December 7th. I have cardigan update. Okay, it's still attached to the ball of yarn because I'm not totally sure, but I think this is the size we want. I have some stitch markers along the top where the arm would be. Set it so the ball of yarn is on the bed so I don't lose it. But this is what it looks like right now. Oop, as I lose a stitch marker. So this is pretty close. It's not quite enough. As you can see, it doesn't even like sit where, okay, let me try and get a little closer. It's like I have like my pajama top on that's button front, and this doesn't even get to the center. So I think another set of the 3 colors, or maybe even 2, and I think we're gonna be there. I do think the curtain's gonna end up being longer than I originally planned, but I think that's okay. But I can only get through like 3 colors in one sitting because then my hands hurt and I have to take a break. So, oh, and update. This is how much white I have left. I know I said in the beginning how I was worried about not having enough white. I'm okay with running out of like green or red because I can go and rebuy those super easily. But this was big twist yarn from Joann's, so I am doing well. My plan is, yeah, I'm gonna do another set of the 3. Try it on again. I'm gonna try and have it on when I have like a pajama top on like this so that I can test like how far over it is. Because that's another thing with patterns like these. I've seen a lot of people talk about this. A lot of the times they aren't designed with like a bigger body in mind. Now, I have not been a true plus size for a while, but I still have like bigger boobs and stuff. So I have run into problems like this. No, I haven't. This is the first cardigan I've made, but I've seen people run into this problem where they do a pattern that they see online and they try and do what the other creators do, but ends up not working for them because of the way that their body is. And that's okay. Like I said, if I can't get, I actually don't remember if I said this, if I can't get the wrap part of the cardigan done in the way that I want, I'm okay with that, because even if I just make the hexagon cardigan, I still think that's pretty cute. And again, it's my first cardigan I've made. I'm learning as I go. And if the wrap doesn't work, because the wrap is very cute, maybe it just means I have to make a second cardigan where I try again to make it the way that I want, that works for my body. That's the update. I'll see you when I hopefully have the actual part of the cardigan ready to go. I think we're at the right length. It's the next day, by the way. I tried this on. Hold on. I have to hold the yarn. I haven't disconnected it. I think this is the size that we want for the body. I like how it like stays and stuff. Obviously it's not sewn together, it's still being held together by the little stitch markers, but I think this is what we want. So I think our first hexagon is done. But if you can see, I have used quite a bit of yarn. So, oh, this is like smudged. I just noticed. I'm so sorry. There, that looks better. Also, don't mind my hair. I need to take a shower. But first hexagon is done. I just now need to do the second, and then we can do the ribbing and stuff. I do also need to extend the arm. Obviously you saw it ends at like my elbow right now, and I want it to be full length. So I'm gonna hold off on that until the second hexagon is done. I think I have to decide, do I want to do one hexagon? I think I'm going to do one hexagon and then the other, because that's what she did in the video, and following that just makes sense to me. So, but now I know exactly how big to make the second one, so I don't have to like keep pausing to then try it on. I can just go. Hopefully I have enough yarn to at least complete the second hexagon. If not, we're going to the store. Wish me luck. Hello. I now have 2 hexagons. It's the 16th, by the way. But I have my 2 hexagons. I just weaved in all of the ends, which everyone's favorite part. That's why I did it off camera. But now it's time to sew. I did that wrong. sew the two halves together. I say sew loosely. No, I did that wrong again. Yeah, I say sew loosely because we're technically not sewing. We're gonna be crocheting. Also, side note, look what happened to my red yarn. I don't know how this happened. A chunk of it just fell out. So that's what I'm dealing with. I had to get 3 new skeins. I don't know if I put this in here, but happy to report my Michaels did in fact have the white sparkly yarn, big twist white sparkly yarn that I've been using, but also I just realized this one's inside out. It was there was only one thing of white sparkly yarn left when I got there, and so it worked out perfectly. From the video, we start by doing the normal, well, the way that she has the video that I'm following, the way that she does her joining is she does the normal granny stitch all the way down one side. We're doing the back first, by the way, just as you normally would. But when you get to the corner, instead of doing 3, chain 2, and another 3, you just do 3. Then we get the second one, and we slip into that one. Do a slip stitch into this, do 3, and then we connect to them, which I'll talk about more when I get there. So let's get this going. I'm very proud of myself, actually, for getting this far. I was really nervous that I was gonna hit this point and it was already gonna be like the end of December by the time I finished the 2 hexagons, because last week was a challenge and a half, and that was mainly mentally because, you know, vlogmas burnout and all that. But one thing I am considering, I know I said before that if I get to this point in the hexagon cardigan and I am over it, or I just, you know, if I want to change something, I will. And I am now at the point, well, now that I'm at the point of joining everything together, the sleeves aren't as long as I want them to be, so I definitely want to make them longer, and I want to do the little ribbed puff sleeve, but I don't know how I feel about making it a wrap top. It's not that I think it'll be too difficult, it's just I rewatched the video to make sure I knew how to do the connecting, because I liked the way that she did it in her video, and so I wanted to try it instead of just normally sewing. I do know how to hand sew, so if this goes horribly wrong somehow, I know how to do that. I don't know, when I rewatched it and I saw the wrap part, I just didn't like it as much. Maybe it was the fact that hers was a dark color and I just didn't like it, but there was just something about it. I was like, I don't know how much I like the way that it looks. I kind of like the idea of it just being open. That being said, my plan is obviously to join everything together as we're doing. So the back and the arms. I'm going to extend the arms to actually be like a full sleeve. And then I'm going to make them the puff sleeve because I love me a good tight cuff puffed sleeve. So I'm definitely going to do that. But when it comes to the ribbing all the way around, I'm definitely going to do it. But I don't think I'm going to make it I might not even do the ribbing all the way around. I might just keep it on the cuffs. I don't know. We'll see when I get there. Because that's the beauty of making your own clothes or making a cardigan yourself. You get to decide. It also might be that I didn't like how big she made her ribbing. Her ribbing in the video was like 3 inches. It was pretty long and I just wasn't a fan. I also just might make mine a little smaller. And maybe I'll like that better. I'm also wondering, now that I have kind of gotten over my stress and I've been trying to dedicate more time off my phone, because that's a big thing that always contributes to my stress, is just being super like locked in. Because normally when I crochet, I'm like watching YouTube videos or a TV show or just listening to music if I am not up for any of that. It's just really nice to be doing something. So I've really been trying to focus on that. So I've been putting a lot of time into this cardigan. I also have my Woobles advent calendar. So when I'm kind of like, oh, I want to like crochet something, but this project, because there's 3 different balls of yarn, it's like not the best thing to like be bringing on a fun outing in the car. But I can bring the Woobles thing, which is nice for like a mental break from it, especially when you're just basically doing the same thing just over and over again. So that's also been nice to have something to break it up. So that's something I would definitely am taking away from this project, is that if I do any more super big projects, is to also sprinkle in some small ones to keep crocheting, but to have a little break. So now we're at the corner. So I'm gonna do 3 in here. So that's that. Gotta move all the things. Oh no, everything. Okay. It's like I saw something. This. It's like a piece from the yarn. Oh, where did it go? I just lost it. It's over here. It's a piece of the yarn that got like tugged on. Oh, it's right here. It'll be on the bottom. Okay, that's what I wanted. Yeah, there's a piece of the yarn that kind of got tugged on. So it's just a little like fluffier. It's not that bad, but I just wanted to make sure it was on the back of the cardigan. I'm gonna pull so that I can put sides together that I want to be together. It's gonna be like this. I think this might help me a little bit. I have my stitch markers. I'm just going to put a few in. I think this will be helpful. That way things aren't like flopping around as much on me. It's like when you pin your clothes together when you're sewing, so things aren't so crazy. So I have my 3 in. So I'm going to take the corner of the side that we're sewing together. I'm just going to slip stitch into it. And now we're just going to do the same granny cluster stuff that we have been doing. So now we're officially onto the other side. Make sure my hook's facing the right direction. So what we want to do is we want to find the the cluster of like the hole after the cluster from the green side that we just did, slip stitch, and then do another cluster like that. Is that correct? That looks way too loose. Hold on, let me do it facing this way. The yarn keeps slipping off my hook. Is this what we wanted? Yes. Okay. So because I did the stitch markers to hold it together, I don't really need to slip stitch. So I basically have the holes from the clusters lined up, and I'm just crocheting down the back like I have been. But instead of just going through one side, I'm going through both. We're gonna see how this looks in the end. My foot has fallen asleep. I also decided to do this on the floor. Usually I crochet in my chair behind me because I can have my back supported more so I don't hurt myself, but I needed a little extra room, and my bed, because of how soft it is, can hurt my back to sit on. So floor was chosen. Still kind of hurts my back, but you know what? It's okay. I'm also interested to see if when I get to the top, if I can sew or stitch, I should be saying, up the arms with the same string of yarn, or if I need to cut it and start again. I also wonder if I really needed to do the initial row of stitches. I'll see how it looks, because if I feel like I didn't need it, I might just skip it on the arms and do this where I hold it together with stitch markers and make my way down. So I have a feeling that might end up being a little easier, and I'm all for easier. Also, my favorite part about crocheting is whenever I do these projects, I always go and show my mom, and so I'll just randomly show up in her room with, like, I just showed up with the hexagon, and my mom's like, great, what is it? What's it gonna be? And it's always fun to talk to her about it. So I'm also really excited to be doing this, because it means even though the arms won't be fully done, I can actually try it on and see, how it goes. So I'm very excited about that too. I need more. Okay, that was a much bigger chunk. It is getting dark. Turn the main light to 100%. Oh, that's right, I don't know what. Okay, we're just gonna have to deal with it being dark because I don't want to get up. I have a light bulb in a smart light bulb in the main light in my room, but I think the old light that was in there, that blue, that, you know, because that's what light bulbs do, I don't think I changed it in Google, so when I say main light, it still thinks it looks for the old one, but that old one isn't here anymore because it's dead. I will finish this off and then I will fix the light. Oh wait, I think I know how to do it. Turn all light to 100%. That didn't work either. Okay. I am gonna cut it off. Or I'm gonna fasten off. Wait, hold on. Let me get the light and then we'll see how the back turned out. There we go. That's those sewn together. It definitely is like a seam like that, but the inside is all flat. Oh no. Does that mean I should have done this on the inside and I have to undo everything I just did? No. Maybe? Yeah, I should. Okay. Well, I don't have to undo or frog everything. I just need to frog, hold on, the stitches and do them on with the wrong sides together. That won't be too bad. Just need to remember to put my stitch markers back in to hold everything together. I should be able to just shoop and do it like this. Gonna do it in the corner. We're back in the business. So now I just need to redo everything I just did. I will be right back. Oh no, what have I done? Separate. I forgot that the yarn wasn't connected anymore. Okay, get the last stitch marker out. So now this seam is on the inside and the flat join is on the front. That looks a lot better. So now I can start work on the sleeves. There we go. With that, I'm going to do all of the sleeve stitching off camera because it's going to be a lot of the same of what you just saw. And plus, it's almost dinner time for me, so I'm going to be taking a pause here anyway. So I will be back when... Oh, I forgot about this one. Yeah, I'll be back when I have everything stitched and we can try it on together. Okay, I know the lighting isn't the best here, but it's the best I can do for now because it is officially all stitched together. Now it's time to try it on. If I can find the other sleeve. Alrighty, here it is right now. It's about a little past my elbow for the sleeves, but I'm also have my mirror right in front of me. Yeah, I think I like the length. I like the way that it lays on me. I definitely want to keep going on the sleeves. Let me just, I want to measure it. Not the most scientific, but it looks like I want another 8-ish inches on the sleeve, and one row is about an inch. So I need to go 8 more around. I did do a row of green. I just unraveled all of that on the ends because I was stitching with green and green was the next one to go and I knew I wanted the sleeves longer. But this is what I have right now. I think I've done pretty well, especially for my very first sweater I've ever made. So next check-in will probably be when I have the sleeves all done and we can try it on then and do the ribbing. That'll probably be in a few days, so I'll see you then. I gotta go show my mom now. Hi. I have completed one of the sleeves. I need to turn it right side out, but I think this is gonna be good. But I wanted to try it on together. Ooh. I like how tight it is to my wrist in the like more ballooned puffy sleeve. Okay, I like that. I also like, I think I'm noticing, this is a lot, like the front of it seems to be more over now that the sleeve is complete. It does look a little like there's a giant bump. That's because of my watch. Don't mind that. Here, I'll fold it down a little. There, that looks better. All right, sleeve one done. I really have to decide if I want the ribbing trim around the edges I'm starting to lean towards no. The more I like look at myself in the mirror, I kind of like that it's open and it just looks like this, especially now seeing one of the completed sleeves. So we'll see. I'm gonna try and have that decision finalized by the time I finish the second sleeve. So you'll know in the next clip if it's the end of the project or if we have one more step. We'll see. It'll probably take me another day or two to get through it. So we'll see. Hi everyone. I have my completed cardigan. Show you the back and the front. The sleeves turned out really well. I think I just hit the mic. It fits exactly like I wanted it to. Again, I just hit the mic. Yeah, I have a cute little outfit on. Hold on, let me move you down so you can see it better. I just have on a pencil skirt, some tights, a white tank top, and the cardigan so it can be the star of the show. But yeah, this is my little holiday outfit with the cardigan. Let me sit. I am ridiculously proud of myself for doing this. I honestly had no idea if I was even going to get this done by Christmas, let alone this far before. By the way, I finished this cardigan on the 18th or 19th. It's obviously the 22nd when I'm filming this and that you guys are seeing it. But I am really happy that I was able to get this done as fast as I did. I was very nervous. Like I said earlier in the video, I was fully planning on this being like the last episode of Vlogmas. My only true goal with this cardigan was to finish it, whether it was for Christmas or after. I just wanted to challenge myself to do it, but I was able to finish it before so I can enjoy it for Christmas. I've actually already taken it out to go shopping and it is very warm and comfortable. Mr. Finn here has decided that it is now his blanket and has been sleeping on it. So if you see any dog hairs, it's his fault. But that is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed. I know I haven't posted a lot of crocheting content, but I've been thinking about doing more of it. So if you like this video, please, please, please let me know so I can make more in the new year. And with that, thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video, please like and subscribe. It really helps me out. On screen now are my social media handles if you'd like to see more day-to-day things that I get up to. And with that, I will see you in 2 days for the final episode of Vlogmas. Bye!